Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me alright? You can? Well, that's good, because we'll be reviewing the Sennheiser MKE400 in this video. It's a microphone designed for video cameras, DSLRs, to improve the audio quality that you receive through recording videos like this. So, if the audio sounds pretty good for you, leave a comment below. But in this full review, we'll be checking it out. We'll be comparing it with the inbuilt microphone on the Canon 550D and itself, and we'll see if it stacks up and is worth the $199 Australian, give or take a little bit for the US dollar price point. Stick around to find out. So taking a look at the Sennheiser MKE400, it's actually quite a small microphone. And you've got a couple different options here depending on what you want to use the microphone in and in what sort of setting. So because I do a lot of indoor stuff and I'm quite close to the camera, you have the volume option, whether it be loud or like a quieter volume. Because I was indoors, not much sound around me, I put it on the negative setup. And you've pretty much just got an on and off here. And when you turn it on, the little battery indicator flicks red, as you can see. So nothing too much to it in terms of options, it's pretty much just a plug and play camera. It's got a nice elastic setup here for the input on the camera. It's only a silver connection, but that's okay. It still does the job well. In terms of the actual device, it's quite light. It doesn't add much weight to it. There is a battery on the inside. I'll just show you here. So it's only a one AAA battery that comes with the microphone, so that's good. And it just clips in like that. So it feels solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to break apart. There's like a little bit of a weight to it, but it's not an extremely heavy microphone. Around the back, not much in there. Just says made in Germany and the model number again. One thing to note though is when you actually mount this on the camera, it's got a little bit of flex to it. So in case someone bumps it or if there's a little bit of shake, it doesn't actually break off the microphone. So that's a pretty good design feature and I'm really impressed with that. And when you slide it into the mechanism, you can just screw it in and away you go. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'll just give you a size comparison with the iPhone, just so you can see. Not much larger than an iPhone, but look, for what it does, and as you can hear from some of my audio samples that I just put out, I reckon it does a reasonable job. I think it's quite a decent camera. Most probably out of, say, 5 stars, I'd give it 3.5. But that's more because also the audio processing on the actual camera can't handle the better audio. So realistically, this is quite a good mic. It's just limited by the functionality that it's connected to. So if you're looking for a camera, it's a camera microphone. It is pretty good. So just as a comparison, straight up, the audio you're listening to now is from the Canon 550D's inbuilt microphone. It's okay, but in comparison to the Sennheiser MKE, which we heard at the start of the video, there should be a difference in clarity, depth, and maybe a bit more of 3D realism from the actual audio sound. But there is one thing I just want to note. The 550D and most SLRs or even video cameras, they don't actually have a great audio processing unit within the camera. So many microphones that you actually connect to the camera doesn't actually sound as good as what they should sound like. So the audio quality that can come from a microphone like this is actually a lot better than what the Canon 550D or say maybe even Nikon SLRs would put out in the same sort of setup. It's unfortunate, but we hope with the new iterations coming out in the future, a lot of these small issues like audio in this case will be resolved. When it comes to microphone reviews, I like to leave you guys to decide whether the product itself sounds better, it does what it's supposed to do, because it's very easy to determine if the microphone sounds a lot better than the inbuilt microphone. But in terms of the hardware and the size and the way it's built, because it doesn't take up such a huge amount of room on the camera, I actually really like this microphone. I've heard a lot of YouTubers go out and buy the Rode microphones, which cost a similar price point, but they're quite a large unit and it does weigh a lot in terms of carrying it on top of your camera, especially if you're carrying any other bits and pieces with you. For most of us who are like say a vlogger or just want to improve their audio just slightly, get a bit of clarity, bit of depth, no distortion, I think it's a worthy upgrade. Whether it's worth the $199 price point, I don't know, you really got to be doing a lot of videos to make it worthwhile. I personally do a reasonable amount so I can justify the extra because I want to bring you guys the best quality content possible and I hope you guys appreciate it. If you haven't seen my other content, I do put out a lot of other stuff. go check out my channel. The link is above, as well as subscribing, because I appreciate anyone who subscribes to my channel as well. So my name is Mohammed from Product Feedback, whatever. It's Mohammed anyway, and signing out, and peace be with you. To be updated on the latest product feedback videos, make sure that you have subscribed.